So my trusty Yamaha 15 horsepower two-stroke is playing up. I've cleaned the spark plugs and had a general look around the engine, but I'm pretty confident it's the gummed up jets, both the large jet and the idle jet. It's very similar on all engines and quite a simple fix. It looks daunting when you first take the lid off, but hopefully this very short video will entice you to perhaps clean your own jets. It is quite simple. He says at this point. Yeah, it's supposed to be simple, let me put it that way. So let me show you. And I'm doing this over water rather than some comfy workshop where it's on a bench where you haven't got to worry about dropping stuff. So we'll see. Now that you got the lid off, it's probably easier to remove the recoil box, because you got to remove this to be able to remove the carburetor. You can get this out without taking this off, but it's just a lot easier if you undo the bolts and put that to the side. And yeah, and then there's less chance of dropping stuff. I must admit the Yamaha two-stroke is pretty reliable. I haven't had any real trouble with it. The most unreliable piece of equipment on the boat, would you like to take a guess? GoPro Hero 10 Black. It forever shits itself, locks up, freezes. You can't switch the damn thing off. You've got to pull the battery out and start again. For the amount of time GoPro have been producing cameras, you'd think they sort the damn software out. I mean, they're good cameras, but God, do they go wrong quite often. Now the recoil box is off. It's just undoing 3 bolts, and it just hangs down there. It's pretty straightforward. Now we need to get this filter box off. So I've disconnected the fuel line and loosened off these bolts. They are quite long. They hold the carburetor on at the same time. So I'm going to put the camera down as I pull these out. Now we need to disconnect some of the linkages to get the carb off. The first linkage, maybe difficult to see, this choke just slides on the spindle here, and you just push this way and it comes apart. The next one is that connects this cable choke down here. You need to be careful with these plastic connectors, because they do break, and then it's an issue. And this is very difficult to show, but this connecting rod goes into this little plastic clip. There's one down here that goes into the little plastic clip up there, and you just very carefully force them off. We will have to undo this one, or maybe I'll put the other end. No, you have to undo it and then slide that one out, and then once all this is off, you can then get the fuel line off. So there we go, the carburetor is removed, fuel line is off. It's easy to take the fuel line off at the last minute, and yeah, it's a bit fiddly. Just don't break the little plastic connectors. The first thing I want to do is to take off the bottom cover, just to check the Fuelways to make sure there's nothing stupid blocking them. And once you've got the carburetor off, you might as well have a look. Be careful with the gasket. That's got some crap on it, but the Fuelways are clean, which is good. just give this a clean off and put that back together. And the inside's clean. Okay, so that's clean and clear. So I've undone the 4 screws and put them in my breakfast cereal bowl. Probably have to wash it tomorrow and take off this to give you access to the float chamber. And then you just loosen this one up. Carefully. And the float chamber, loosen up a bit more. And the float chamber comes out. Now the actual bowl looks fine, there's not an issue with that. Let's have a look at that in there so it doesn't get lost. It's not moving. There is a, yeah, there's a jet down there as well. So let's get the jets out. Is that in focus? So that's that one. Take the cap off. Put it in your cereal bowl. And there she is. Let's have a look through. One small blockage in the top one, so that's pretty good. Get the other one out. This one I'm anticipating being blocked. Yeah, she's blocked. This is the idle jet. And that's why, and low speed, so that's why it's not running very well. Okay. Need another bowl. To clean these jets, you can use carburetor cleaner if you've got it. Brake fluid. I haven't got that. I've got starter fluid, so I'm hoping that's going to have the same effect. And if that doesn't work, acetone. Not sure whether that's working yet. And some people say not to use needles, but to be honest, I've used them in the past and not caused any problem. Just to poke through the holes. So I think I resolved the issue. One of the upper jets on, no, 2 of the upper jets on here were pretty much blocked, and that was on the high speed, and the low speed one was in a mess. It was all gummed up. So I think cleaning these out, the needle helped. Should resolve the problem. So putting it back together is just simply a reverse of how you took it off, if you can remember. But at least I've got a film of it, so I won't bother you with the put together. it's fairly straightforward. You've taken it all apart in the first place, but yeah, there it is. That should work, and we'll do the test run a bit later. There it is, all back together. Don't be too concerned about putting it back together, because the bits only go back one way, so you can't put them in the wrong place or twist something around. So it's a single way, single fit. So now to get it back on the dinghy. When you're putting this thing back together, remember to put the fuel line on first. It's much easier when the carb's loose. These are the little clips I said be very careful when you take them off, because they get a bit brittle. I'm in the middle of a mistake there. You've got to put this clip on here before you put the long bolts in. They're getting the very fiddly linkage arms back in place. Not going to be the easiest thing in the world. I think I'll show you when it's finished, because I think it's going to take a bit of fiddling, and you'll get bored. So let me just show you how these little plastic clips work. So that just pops in there. You move the clip around and click it in place, and it's all held firm. So that's all the clips in. So let's see if it all works. Choke, throttle, that coming all the way back. Yeah, that's coming all the way back. That's connected, choke's connected, that's connected. Okay, let's put the recoil back on. Right, just got to connect up the fuel line, and we'll give it a pull and see whether I've improved it or made it much worse. My can-do attitude tends to get me in trouble sometimes, although I do get some positive outcomes. Okay. It doesn't seem to go. Yes, it does. All the way in. Right. Shouldn't need any choke because I used it earlier. Whoa! Two-stroke smoke. Well, it sounds better. It's ticking over better. I think we might have a result. Probably need to take it for a spin. I don't know how I'm going to do that with the camera, but I might just hold the camera. Let's see if it really has improved. Well, the idle seems to be a lot better. Still got a bit of a judder. But it's not popping and missing like it was before. Open it right up and see. Oh shit, yeah, that's better. That is much better. Well, that was a bit of fun and a good result. Makes a change. And I didn't get any bits left over, which is always a bonus. But yeah, no, that was fairly straightforward. Probably took an hour. Yeah, probably an hour all up. And the engine's running a lot better. The idle runs smoothly, and you can certainly open it up now, because at full throttle it was struggling for petrol. So I think that the top two holes in the jet were blocked on the fast jet, so that seems to be now resolved. I hope I've inspired you to sort your own engine or your own outboard out. There we go. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next week.